Hey folks, this is Kelani. With Antorus the Burning Throne releasing later this month, I thought it would be nice to go through some of the rewards available from the raid instance, particularly the raid mounts. As with most raid tiers, we're going to gain access to quite a few mounts, 4 to be precise, which all have different methods of acquisition. So let's have a look at the 4 mounts you can get from the upcoming Antorus raid and how to get your hands on them. The first one is Shackled Azul, which is sadly the one with the highest bar for entry requirement. The Shackled Azul mount is the new end of tier mythic boss mount. That means you can only get this mount from Arcus the Unmaker on mythic difficulty, which will open up on December 5th, a week after normal and heroic becomes available, although I wouldn't really expect a kill to happen for a little while after that. This has to be one of the weirdest mounts I've ever seen, and for good reason. We're basically mounting a horrific amalgamation of dead Draenei. If that doesn't creep you out, I'm not sure what will. It should have a 100% drop chance until the pre-patch for the next expansion, so you definitely have a good chunk of time to try and get your hands on this mount. But it's definitely something you're going to need a guild for. A very good guild at that. The current numbers for guilds that have killed Mythic Kil'jaeden are kind of crazy. We're still around that 500 mark, which really isn't a lot of guilds at all. If Antorus is balanced and tuned to the same level that the Tomb of Sargeras was, it might be quite difficult indeed to get your hands on the Shackled Azul mount, but fear not, there's 3 other mounts which are significantly easier to obtain. As with most raid tiers, Antorus will come with a Glory achievement. This time it's Glory of the Argus Raider. The reward for completing this achievement is the Antoran Gloomhound, which is the same model as the Hounds of Sargeras bosses. The Gloomhound is the blue version. The mount itself looks really cool. I'm glad they added the boss models in as some mounts. Note that they seem to use the same frames as the Fellbats and the newer Vile Fiend and Acid Belcher mounts, which are available on Argus, so expect them to move in the same kinds of ways and have the same animations. While finishing up this Glory achievement is probably a bit easier when compared to killing the last boss on Mythic difficulty, finishing up all of these achievements isn't going to be a walk in the park. Expect some struggles in both formulating a plan and executing it. These achievements are designed to make you work in strange or new ways when fighting a boss to really make things tricky. If you can pull it off, you and your entire raid group will be awarded with one of the Hounds of Sargeras, so at least you don't have to deal with drop rates and handing out mounts. The other Hound of Sargeras is available as a mount as well. This one is called the Antoran Chowhound and is the red fiery version. Thankfully, this one doesn't require you to jump through any hoops, and it's going to be available as a boss drop from the Hounds of Sargeras boss encounter. It's probably going to be tied to personal loot, just like the Abyss Worm from Mistress Azine in the Tomb of Sargeras. So while it's arguably easier to obtain, as you only have to kill one of the bosses in Antorus, the drop rate is probably going to be quite low, and ultimately that's the deciding factor to whether or not you'll get this mount. So you'll have to rely on luck for this one, but if you pick up both mounts, you can claim to own the Hounds of Sargeras for yourself. The last mount available in Antorus is probably the one I'm most excited for, and it's also probably the easiest mount to reliably obtain. The Violet Spellwing is the Arcane Raven type mount that might look a little familiar. It's the mount that Khadgar sent us on when we start the assault on the Broken Shore. Ever since that quest, I don't think I've wanted a mount more. It's so darn pretty. Its feathers shift from purple hues to blue hues, and it looks fantastic overall. If you're curious how you obtained such a beautiful creature, all you have to do is kill Argus the Unmaker. That's the last boss in Antorus, once on heroic difficulty. The boss will drop an item which starts the quest Blood of a Titan, hand that quest in, and this mount is yours as a reward. If you were around at the end of Warlords of Draenor, this is going to work exactly how the Moose mount worked back then. One kill of the last boss on heroic difficulty gives you the quest, and thus gives you the mount. So while the other mounts might require luck, several kills of all the bosses in weird and wacky ways, or even killing the last boss on Mythic, this one will be fully puggable, and I'm sure there will be a bunch of people helping out as many groups as they can to spread the love and spread the Spellwings. Who knows, I may even set something up to help people grab this mount too, as it would be a shame if anyone missed out on it. So that's the 4 mounts that are going to be available in Antorus the Burning Throne, and how you can get your hands on them. I'll be looking forward to grabbing a few of these for sure, and who knows, maybe I'll even manage to get them all. Which mount are you excited for most, and why is it the Spellwing? Leave all your thoughts in the comments section below. Remember to leave a like just below the video before you leave, and hit up that subscribe button. Apart from that, thanks for watching folks, good luck and have fun, and as always I will see you next time.